Hey guys, welcome back. Robocraft Early Access coverage. This is episode 22. I'm Enigmius, and today we've got 4 more matches for you. And the theme today is situational awareness, which is a bit of a cop-out theme because you could call any PvP episode situational awareness and you'll find some way to make it apply. But today we're just talking about the basics a little bit. And understanding that situational awareness is having an accurate understanding of where you are, where your friendly guys are, where the enemy is, what the objectives are, and what are your options to move forward towards those objectives. That's basically the strategy behind PvP, is understanding what's going on and understanding what should be going on and then bridging the gap somehow. In this case, this map is absolutely dreadful to try and survive on as a sniper because everything is so low. Very, very easy to be seen, very, very easy to be shot at. The map itself is very, very small, so it's not difficult at all for enemy vehicles to see you and start shooting at you without having barely even left their base. So this guy, I was just actually thinking about moving, relocating somewhere else when this guy jumped into view, and I thought, might as well take a shot. So now I want to keep an eye on him. I don't want this guy to be just kind of given free reign to cycle around and flank our guys, attack them from behind, start capturing our base, whatever. So I've got my eye kind of on that area where he might be, where he's going to creep out from one side or the other, and at the same time I'm also trying to keep an eye out for where other enemy vehicles might be coming through. In the location that I'm in, it's a lot easier to kind of limit where I have to be looking than if I were in a centrally located position and I have to look around all sides. That's where it gets really, really difficult. In this case, I actually advanced hoping to go after this walker that I crippled, who was behind that rock. Found the bomber, killed the bomber, and then all of a sudden the enemy is capping. I'd been gone for like 10 seconds and already they're capping. You see, I'm not in any huge rush to get back there. I've got plenty of time before he's going to complete the cap, and I don't want to be the first guy there because I'm the least able to defend myself. It's just the rail sniper kind of thing. By the same token, it's never really an excuse to ignore having your base captured when you're so close to it. So in this case, very fortunate we were able to kill the guy. Took basically all of my shots. I missed one of them, so 3 shots plus what the other guy was doing. And then this guy, this rail walker, every time he zooms in on me, he pings me, whether I need to be pinged or not. And so I see the laser, I hear the ping, and I move and he misses. It's just one of those things. Or he just won't even shoot. I think that when we're talking about situational awareness, he's a sniper and he's fixated on someone all the way across the map when he's got bad guys closing in on his position. He could have been relocating or at least focusing on, shooting at them instead of someone who's not a threat to him at all. This guy, if you were watching the projectiles flying by, he hit me very few times, and all the rest of the projectiles were basically going all the way around me, all the different angles. They could have gone around me. Those are the angles that they took, and that's because he's an SMG holding down the fire button at a distant target. It's going to have very, very poor accuracy. You need to fire in small, controlled bursts, and then when you see the little white lines in your crosshairs start to spread out, that means that the game is actually applying an accuracy penalty, and your shots are going to fire wide more often. He didn't know that, or he didn't care. He just figured, whatever, pew pew pew. We won. That's what it comes down to. This is another match in an icy place. I get I like the brighter places where you can actually see a little bit farther. These ones tend to be very, very hazy off in the distance. Makes my job that much more difficult. In terms of survival in this map, one of the things that I have to be aware of is because it's so open and there's so many... The irony, right? The other map is difficult to survive in because everything is small and low, and it's easy to be seen by everyone and shot at. This one here, there's so many areas that are elevated. It's very tempting as a railgunner to want to get up as high as possible, but because the map is so open, that means flyers have a very easy time of spotting me, and that I become their priority target because I'm one of the first things that they see. In this case, I chose a flank. I went up the flank. A lot of my other guys, a lot of, my teammates went up the flank as well. You can see up there. I didn't realize they stopped to have a little circle jerk. The medics and the stuff. So I'm trying to keep an eye on. We've got a couple guys over on the other side, as you can see, that are keeping these flyers lit. And I'm trying to keep an eye on the flyers so that if they start crossing over this way, I might be able to pick them off before they have an opportunity to become a threat to anyone. Not the best position to be in. It's kind of, I dislike these kinds of situations because they're kind of dull. This guy, I actually saw out of the corner of my eye before he was lit, and he was, if I can see them, it means I can hit them without having to zoom in if I can see them. But in this case, he's quite small at that distance, and I'm sucking at aim, so he gets to go away. And look down at the bottom of the screen. See that guy coming up across the bridge now? It's an SMG, and I see that, and I spot him, and then I'm like, oh crap, I need to get out of the way, because he's going to start shooting at me any second. Nope. He doesn't start shooting at me. He didn't spot me. He didn't, hit Q while I was targeted. He's coming back up around on these guys. All those guys. And he's shooting at all of them with medics and stuff. So I get in behind him and I start shooting him in the butt 4 times. I don't even think he noticed. Really? I don't think he knew what he was doing. I think maybe someone let his 6-year-old kid, okay, you drive and find the guys and shoot at them. And okay, and we found all the guys that were shooting at each other, the medic circle jerk. And then he just shot at them until he died. I don't know. So now we've got another guy kind of moving around in the middle area. And again, I'm down a little bit lower, which is not bad. I haven't seen any kind of threat from the flyers. This guy, he's actually getting a couple of clean shots on me. Yeah, I'm dead. And now there's just starting to feel like I need to start pushing forward, or I'm not going to have anything fun happen until someone starts capping. And I turn around, and then they're gone again. I'm pretty sure it was one of those little escape ejection seats that people like to build, where they put a thruster attached to their driver's seat by a block or two, so that if their vehicle gets destroyed, they have a chance of being able to just fly around with the driver's seat and the thruster. It didn't do much for them in that case, I have to say. They're no closer to winning for having that ejection seat. But look at these guys up here. I almost feel guilty for including this. And you know what? There's an exception to every rule. We're actually going to win this one, despite these guys and their grotesque behavior. It's just, the whole offense just stopped. And there's like half our team is just sitting there. Come on. Push. So I'm kind of putting myself in a bit of a spot, because every time, or I can't say every time, but a lot of times when I push up like this, when I think we have everything under control, that's when like the 100% plasma tank comes flying around the corner and blocks me, and that's game over. So I'm doing my best to kind of advance intelligently, not go too high up in the air, and I'm just going after the cap, because based on what I saw at our base on the other side, there could still well be a guy flying around with a driver's seat and a thruster. I don't want to waste 4.5, 5 minutes people looking around for this guy. He could be in a crevice and never be found. So I'm just covering our bases. In this case, they found him. That's fantastic. If they hadn't found him, we still would have won. We wouldn't have run out of time before we had a chance to cap. Again, pulling that thing together, saying what's going on. Well, we know for sure there's one stealth little bastard flying around, and we're in a good place to win, but let's not hedge our bets. Let's just kind of give ourselves a certain amount of certainty. We'll start capping, and then the rest of the team can go and look for the ejection seat. Now here we are, back in my least favorite map of all maps. And this is when you can see, look at all of our guys. All of them went up that flank, and I decided, no, I'm not staying here with the middle and the other flank completely open, because that's how I get destroyed early in the match. So I'll fly over to this side and I'll do what I can to help. And this is where things suck for a sniper, because again, very low. All of these vehicles are very low. And look at how hard it is to get a line on anyone who's at any kind of range. I need time to zoom in on people and aim properly, otherwise I tend to miss a lot. Now, fortunately, we did a little bit of damage there, and that's nice because it helps for the scoreboard at the end of the match. But realistically, this is a very bad spot for me to be in, and you can see already, all the way across from there, this guy. And he's doing a good job. He's getting some hits. He's getting a lot of clean hits on me, and basically half my bot is gone. A rudder, 2 guns, 2 legs, what else can he take? He can't take half the driver's seat, so there's that. And then, of course, missing a couple of legs makes landing a little bit tricky. And then this was just kind of surreal, because I'm trying to charge up my flipper to at least get flipped right side up and have a chance of shooting people. All of my team is way over in the distance. You can see all the blue things, and then this guy comes around the corner. We each get 2 shots at each other, and then he just drives away. And I was just like, I don't understand why. I mean, maybe if I hadn't shot at him, maybe he would have been encouraged to stick around and kind of wait for his guns to reload and shoot at me. I think he was afraid that if he did that I would get him with the return salvo. But the enemy is, for the number of guys that we have still active, the enemy is sure having a pretty easy time of capturing. Fortunately, our guys are at least moving together and they're working together. So it's not long before they finally close in on him and finish him off, and I'm here basically still broken, but with another win. And then this will be our final match of the episode. Again, talking about situational awareness, and a lot of it is experience with the maps, and that's why there are certain things that you learn that apply universally all the way across. Like, for example, if you're a railgun, you've spent a little bit of time in your vehicle, you start to understand that it doesn't matter what you necessarily do with the vehicle, you still have the same weaknesses. It's just the way you build your vehicle might give you better tools to deal with those weaknesses. In this case, a lot of what goes on in this map is very familiar. After you've been to this map, 40, 50 times, you'll see either the enemy goes up one flank or they go around the other. If they go around the other flank, this is what you can expect. If they take the first option, then that's what you can expect, and then you just try and counter. And that's a lot of the strategy. So in this case, you see I'm not in any rush to advance up this ridge. Normally when I see a flyer, one of our friendly flyers, ahead of me, I get a little bit more bold, because I won't at least be the first bot that an enemy bomber will see coming around the corner. But then we come down here, we see this. I had such a great opportunity to mess that guy up, but I wasn't over the ridge far enough so that I wasn't able to get the angle down. The gun depression that we originally tried to correct with the ridge stalker before that guy was just too fat for service. So now I'm missing a couple of guns and I'm missing my rudders, but I have 3 out of 4 legs. And I don't want to be peeking over the corner like that with 5 or 6 enemy bots, because it takes me time to aim in on somebody. Every time I peek over a corner to shoot at somebody, it takes me 2-3 seconds before I'm aimed in and able to take an appropriate shot. So you saw me sticking around the corner with just one guy who saw me shooting up at me. It's just really, really reckless for me to do that when there's 4 or 5 guys down there. But the circle jerk is progressing off to my left. And I've got one guy coming over the ridge here, and then the other guy is down there. Just reloaded. I got 2 shots because I'm missing 2 guns. One guy's down. 2 guys are down. I've done my bit. I'm completely fine with sitting up here and taking the win if I can, but that's not very nice. You can see our guys are coming around. They've dealt with the circle jerk, not necessarily surprisingly. And now it's just a matter of getting through for the win. So I'll let you watch that win. I'm still saving up for our next build, which will probably be within the week. I'll be starting on that. In the meantime, I'll be doing some more of these match videos, so if you want to leave some feedback, let me know what you think, anything that you would like to see. By all means, comment section below the video. You can also, if you want to be notified when I have new videos, subscribe to my channel, follow me on the social media. Social media links are in the information section below the video. As always, thanks for watching, guys, and take care.